This is just a 26 card return from PSA. These first couple cards are cards I got from recent breaks. Just wanted to get them encased. But in many ways, this is the sister submission to the 27 card order that I sent in. Many of the cards in both of these submissions are cards that I broke out of cases to resubmit because I felt they deserved better grades, in particular a bunch of Jordans. Here's just some Devin Vassell cards from my PC. He's one of my favorite current players, so just grabbing some of his cards. So I took a lot of these cards that I had sent before, these 1990 Fleer cards, and broke them out of the cases. I've been collecting some other ones off eBay as well that look nice, and so I submitted those along with these. So I had a nice little batch of about 20 of those cards to see how it goes. And I broke it up on purpose just to give myself a chance of finding a reasonable grader who was going to give these good grades. And as you can see, there was a very big difference in these grades for these cards. This was a De'Aaron Fox rookie card, optic, that came back last time as a 9. Couldn't find anything wrong with it, so I resubmitted it. Dropped down to an 8, so this grader is taking his job very seriously. So anyway, these Jordan cards, I divided up evenly, so the quality of the cards was even between the two orders. I didn't put all the best ones in one order or the other. I really divided them up like a draft format. Splitting the best ones between them. So really wanted to see how different the results came back. This Jordan, I submitted this to, I think last time it came back a 7. So an 8's about as good as you're going to get on one of these cards. They have just the finish on those cards tends to always have little bubbles and divots in it, but that's one of the nicer ones you'll see. So here I'm just situating all the cards so I can be pulling the Jordans in a sequence. So I submitted 9 Jordan cards from the 1990 Fleer set in this submission, and all the ones that I cracked and resubmitted were originally 9s. They all came back 9 or lower. You'll see some wild grades coming up here in a minute here. But the other ones I sent in here, the other 5, I got 2 of those came back as 10s. So that's not too bad. You'll see me looking closer at this one. I'm baffled. PSA has a habit too, when they return these, they don't return them in the same order that you sent them, so I'm just sifting through the order here just to try to keep all the Jordans together so we can kind of view all those grades together. So of the 9 I sent, most came back as 9s. A couple 10s, and you'll see one really wild one. And there's some of these, particularly in this order, these 9s, that I've looked at closer since then, and I still cannot find anything wrong with these cards. So these are candidates to be cracked and resent again. It's debatable if it's worth it, grading the cards 2-3 times if you think they're 10s to get a 10 potentially. But I've got a nice stack and collection of these 10s, so I might go back. This one here is wild. When was the last time you saw a card that sharper corners, that good of centering, that nice of a surface, getting a 6? You know you've got a very particular grader when a card like this comes back a 6. The only thing I could find is that under highlights, the black background behind Jordan on the card, you could see very slightly some of the grains in the paper, like the little dots in the printing. So maybe that's what they're looking at. But on the other hand, that was an 8 before, and that came back a 10. That's that metal De'Aaron Fox card. So you never know these graders what their preferences is, what they're looking at. So I'm happy to have that metal card. It should always come back as a 10. I'll finally come back as a 10. So I got to get the gold one to come back as a 10 now. I keep trying too with these NBA hoops cards. It's real hard. They're very, very thin cards with that gray border. It's really noticeable if there's any kind of chipping or any white in the corners. Did get this one a 10 though. So one of the very rare Sam Vincent NBA Hoops PSA 10s. It's the only card I've ever sent to PSA that they didn't grade. It is fairly undersized, but I did pull this myself from a box of NBA Hoops, so there was no trimming going on here. Obviously, when you look at the borders on this, the borders look normal. So it's just, there's a lot of variability in those NBA Hoops cards. Just the print quality of those, you'll see there's, if you collect those, you get a variety of those. So no harm done, but it was a really nice looking card. Some guy sent me that Jordan as like a bonus with another order that I placed, and it looked so good. I thought, wouldn't that be cool if that came back at 10? And these were all resubmissions too. These are all 9s. I cracked and resubmitted because they look so nice. So pretty happy with some of these grades. 10 on the Kemp, 10 on the Bird. Again, not worth a whole lot, but I really do like this set. And I collect so many of these, I may as well get them graded if they could potentially be 10s. So other than the Jordans, pretty good result overall. But yeah, thanks for watching.